I am your presenter, Nerissa Bostwick. On the local scene, the Commissioner of Police and the Traffic Department of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, RSVGPF, has sought to address concerns raised by the public regarding recent enforcement operations targeting breaches of traffic regulations. They stated in a press release today that the current enforcement initiatives by the Traffic Department are neither arbitrary nor designed to inconvenience members of the public. These regulations have been long-standing provisions within our laws, developed explicitly to enhance road safety and security for all citizens, residents, and visitors. It is vital that all road users adhere to these standards to promote safety and reduce traffic-related incidents. On Monday, March 17th, the Traffic Department said it met with key stakeholders, particularly registration plate manufacturers. During this consultation, clear guidelines regarding lawful plate specifications were reiterated. The Commissioner of Police, in his capacity as the licensing authority, has granted a grace period from today, March 21st, 2025, to Friday, April 3rd, 2025, allowing motorists to regularize their registration plates, tire markings, excessive lights, and the playing of amplified music in their vehicles in accordance with the law. This temporary reprieve provides vehicle owners with the necessary time to make adjustments without immediate penalties. As part of the cocoa post-harvest processing and quality management workshop that was held earlier this week, 35 cocoa farmers and agro-processors participated in a field tour of Morcelli Walker's cocoa farm and Coco Calinago, a female-owned chocolate factory in North Union. During the tour, participants engaged in informative hands-on sessions that provided insight into various aspects of the cocoa industry. They observed key post-harvest practices, including local cocoa processing methods, fermentation techniques, and sensory evaluation. Additionally, they were introduced to drying methods, proper storage practices, and physical quality assessments, such as cut test and the Fine Cocoa and Chocolate Institute FCCI method. Minister of Agriculture, Forestry, Fisheries, Rural Transformation, Industry, and Labor, Honorable Soboto Caesar, joined the tour and had the opportunity to interact with participants. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines will soon create a disability unit within the Ministry of National Mobilization to deal specifically with challenges faced by persons with disability. Delivering an address in recognition of World Down Syndrome Day today, Minister of National Mobilization, Honorable Keisal Peters, said the unit will offer specialized support, advocacy, and services for people with Down syndrome and other conditions.
This year, we are taking bolder steps to reinforce our commitment. Soon, the ministry will operationalize a dedicated disability unit within the Ministry of National Mobilization. This unit will focus exclusively on the needs of individuals with disabilities, offering specialized support, advocacy, and services for people with Down syndrome and other conditions. Through this initiative, we aim to ensure full integration and participation in society.
Minister Peters also said that the Ministry of National Mobilization will continue to provide cash and in-kind support to families caring for individuals with Down syndrome and remains committed to empowering parents and caregivers with the needed support.
We will continue to provide both cash and in-kind assistance to families caring for individuals with Down syndrome. We understand the unique challenges these families face, and we remain committed to offering the necessary support to ease their burdens. We will also prioritize empowering parents and caregivers, often the unsung heroes, who provide constant care and advocacy. We will introduce training sessions, mental health services, and support groups to help caregivers navigate the complexities of their roles and ensure their well-being. Moreover, the ministry will continue to collaborate with the Ministry of Education and other organizations to provide training programs that equip individuals with Down syndrome with the tools they need to live independent, fulfilling lives and contribute meaningfully to society.
That was Minister of National Mobilization, Honorable Kisal Peters. In regional news, ExxonMobil Guyana says preparations are in place to shut down operations in the Stabroek Block to avert an oil spill should Venezuela ramp up its aggression against oil exploration and the production in the waters of Guyana. Speaking during a question and answer segment at a public consultation on the proposed long-tail project, the ExxonMobil Guyana project's manager, Rebecca Civictua, said the company is ready to shut off valves if it receives information about a serious threat to its assets in the Stabroek Block in Guyana's exclusive economic zone. Earlier this month, a Venezuelan military patrol spent an estimated 4 hours in the section of the Stabroek Block, informing production and drilling vessels that they were in Venezuelan waters. The two countries have an ongoing border dispute, which is before the International Court of Justice, the ICJ. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio will travel to Jamaica, Barbados, Guyana, and Suriname next week as part of his Caribbean tour. The visit is expected to begin in Jamaica before moving on to Barbados, then Guyana and Suriname. News source Guyana says it understands that a number of issues related to illegal migration, relations with the United States, the Guyana border controversy with Venezuela, and the threat of U.S. sanctions against countries that utilize the Cuban Medical Brigade are to be discussed. CARICOM leaders are also expected to raise a number of trade and foreign aid issues with Mr. Rubio. Mr. Rubio will become the third U.S. Secretary of State to visit Guyana over the past 5 years in 3 different U.S. administrations. And finally on the news at this hour, London's Heathrow Airport has resumed some flights after being completely shut down for most of the day, causing massive disruption at one of the world's busiest travel hubs. Heathrow says it is prioritizing customers diverted to European airports and warns people not to travel to the airport unless advised by their airline. The airport says it hopes to run a full service on Saturday after a fire at a nearby electricity substation forced it to shut down. Counter-terrorism police are leading the investigation into the fire at the substation that knocked out the power to the airport, but the Met Police said there is currently no indication of foul play. This has been WeFM's 3 p.m. News. I have been your presenter, Narissa Bostwick. Join us again at 5:30 p.m. when we will bring you our next newscast.